Hey guys, so I'm here to do two reviews tonight. It's been a while since I've done a double feature, since I've been gone for 9 months for doing these reviews. I've been seeing a lot of double features lately because the Regal Unlimited thing I have, I can go see as many movies as I want a day. I can go see 3 movies, I can see 4 movies. Although I do think the limit is 3 movies, but they say it's unlimited, but I think there is a limit. Usually my cutoff is 2 movies a day. After two, I'm pretty much exhausted, especially after today. I was fucking wore out. I was really wore out. And usually I go see movies after I get off work, and I usually don't get off till about 3 or 4, so and I usually can only see about 2. And if I could sometimes see 3, but man, I'd be at the theaters all fucking day long. And I'm usually already there all day long seeing 2, so I don't. So, the first movie I sat through was Downton Abbey, the movie adaptation of the Downton Abbey TV show. Full disclosure, I never watched a single fucking episode of Downton Abbey. Never have. I know it was a very popular show, and I even said when this movie was coming out, like, really, we're getting a Downton Abbey movie? I don't think there's that much of an audience for it to garner a theatrical release, but okay, whatever. And to my shock and surprise, this was the #1 movie at the box office this past weekend. It made $30 million. I was proven fucking wrong. There is an audience for this fucking movie, I guess. Yeah, I was like, okay. And again, like I said, I'd never watched a single goddamn episode of this show. And I was going in like, I don't know if I want to see this movie, because I don't even know even if I see it, I don't even know if I can review it, because I've never seen the show. And it was like a tricky situation I'm in. And I did watch, there's a thing on YouTube that the creators of Downton Abbey put out on YouTube, which is like basically a 10-minute recap of the whole show and pretty much all the characters and all the stuff they went through for all the seasons, basically, yada yada yada. And I watched that. That kind of helped. I was like, okay, that kind of helped to like introduce some of these characters and who they were and what relationships they had with different people. And that, like, okay, that kind of helped. I was like, I don't know if it'll help me in the long run watching this movie. We'll see. But, you know, I'll give it a shot. I was like, fuck it, I'll give it a shot. And, you know, I'm sure people that watch the show probably love this movie, and I'm sure I'm going to say that, full disclosure, I'm sure if you watch the show and love the show, you probably will like this movie. I don't know how the fans of the show are receiving it, but I'm pretty sure it's probably getting pretty well received by fans. But as far as I go, I could not get into this movie one fucking bit. This was a long ass sit for me. Now, I kind of chalk it also up to, like, maybe if I watched the show, maybe I would grow to appreciate this movie more, but as it stands, this one was not for me whatso fucking ever, man. It's a movie. It's a 2-hour movie about British people problems. That's the best way to describe rich British people problems. That's the best way to fucking describe this movie. There's a lot going on in this fucking movie. There's a lot of shit going on in this movie. There are positives in this movie, I could say. The acting is pretty solid. I definitely enjoyed seeing people, like, the only people I knew out of the whole movie were, like, as far as, like, the actors go, were Maggie Smith and Emma Stone, of course, from Harry Potter, even though I've seen both those actresses in different things, just other than Harry Potter. And they were fucking great in the movie. It was great to see them, like, interact. They have a lot of their scenes are together, and they get to have some really cool scenes together. Emma Stone's a really good actress. Maggie Smith is really, too. I always heard Maggie Smith was, like, the best part of the show, And for what I watched of it, like, yeah, she was pretty fucking good in it. She was Maggie Smith, like this old crotchety old lady who was kind of fun, kind of had some fun one-liners here and there every so often. Even though I really didn't laugh much at all in this movie. I was tired. It don't help watching both movies I saw today. It didn't help being tired watching both of them. Even though, well, I had a kind of different experience in the second movie. I'll talk about that when I get in the second movie. But, I thought, like, because there are 5 million storylines going on in this goddamn thing. There are so many damn storylines going on in this thing. It's like, to the point I had trouble keeping track of who was who and what. Even though sometimes, I don't know if I was thought, if you didn't watch the show, you probably are going to have this problem where, like, wait, who's that character again? I knew the basics of the basic main characters, who the basic main characters were. But I was like, there were times I'm like, who the fuck is that guy? Who's that guy? One of my favorite, the only storyline I actually kind of did like was the storyline with the house, the maids and the cooks and all them plotting together to take back Downton Abbey, because basically the plot of the movie, if you've seen the trailer, you know the plot of the movie is that the king and queen are coming to Downton Abbey, and before they do, basically all their cooks and their maids and everybody that works with the royal family come before the royal family does, and they basically take over Downton Abbey, and they tell them they're not allowed to do anything. You're just supposed to stay in your quarters and do nothing. We're going to prepare all the food. We're going to prepare the beds. We're going to do everything. They're basically taking over their jobs, and they're not happy about it. And I did like that basically they do kind of commit treason. It's like, it was kind of funny. Like, I thought the kitchen staff and the waiting staff was probably the best characters in the whole fucking movie, because they were the most common people. Just maybe the most likable. Like, man, like I said, there's way too many things going on with this fucking movie, and like the fact that like there's a bunch of storylines that just happen in this fucking thing, and they're like quickly resolved, even though they honestly could be their own fucking movie. There's an assassination attempt on the king that is just, it happens and then fucking is shortly forgotten right after that. It's resolved very fucking quickly. It's like, that could have been a whole fucking movie. But nope, it's like literally 10 minutes, maybe even that, less than that, maybe 5 minutes of the movie. There's the guy who was gay. I knew about that going in. That recap didn't explain the main butler. Sorry if I'm fucking forgetting. I'm very tired. Who's gay, who's secret, and he goes to like basically a makeshift gay club in like 1917 London, and of course it's illegal. Being gay is illegal, and you know that is a real fucking thing that happened, unfortunately. And that's like another thing that just kind of it goes in and out. Like, stuff is just resolved too fucking quickly, and like in the like sitcom, it felt like a sitcom, like, you know how sitcoms, like, stuff is resolved like in a half hour. Like, that's what this felt like. It was just like, Jesus Christ, can you decide what movie you want to fucking be? Like, how many storylines do you need? To the point, like I said, and I also, there's characters that kind of go in and out of this movie that I'm like, wait, who is that again? I'm like, I've been watching enough of this movie, I'm like, wait, who is that? What are they doing? Huh? What? Like, whatever. There's just too many storylines going on in this fucking movie. I couldn't care. like I said, it felt like you could combine all these into like different episodes for a TV show and not a movie. And like I said, I just didn't care. It's a movie I chalk it up mostly. I just didn't care. Maybe like I said, again, maybe if I watch the TV show, I'll like it better. I don't think so, but maybe. And as I said, I'm sure if you like the show, you're probably gonna like this. It's pretty much my review. There's not much else to talk about this movie. It's like I remember like watching the halfway through this movie. I'm like, what the fuck am I having to talk about this movie? I don't know. And I'm like, I did find some stuff to talk about here and there. That's about it. I don't recommend it. If you're a fan of the TV show, oh yeah, you're probably gonna see it regardless, or have seen it already. Again, this is just coming from somebody who's never seen the show. I went in wanting to like it, but I just didn't care. I literally didn't care. I know it's been getting good reviews, but trailers, I got Maleficent, Mistress of Evil. I've gotten this trailer a few times before. Again, this is the first time I'm reviewing trailers in 9 months, so Mistress, I remember liking Maleficent, the first Maleficent, because, well, one, it was a live-action Disney remake that didn't just totally copy and paste the exact same story from the cartoon. They tried to do something different. At least it wasn't like fucking The Lion King and that just being a shot-for-shot remake and being fucking lazy. Oh, man, if you can't guess, I did not like The Lion King very fucking much. But yeah, it's like this is trying to continue the story where the girl's getting married and Maleficent isn't happy and she's gonna cause all kind of chaos, and her future son-in-law's mom is played by Michelle Pfeiffer, which is cool. All right, yeah, whatever. Bombshell. Yeah, this was a new trailer I haven't gotten before. This was a weird trailer because it starts out like Margot Robbie, Nicole Kidman, and some blonde girl I couldn't fucking recognize at first get in the elevator and they get like these subtitles talking about it's about the bomb inspired by the shocking scandal that rocked the world or something like that. I'm like, okay, what the fuck is this about? And it's showing this awkward silence as they're looking at each other in this elevator. I'm like, going down this elevator. I'm like, what the fuck is this movie about? Like I said, what is it about? Some kind of scandal? Sex scandal? What the hell? And the doors open and there's the logo of Fox News. I'm like, and it just says Bombshell. And I'm like, what the fuck was that? And like, I quickly looked it up. I'm like, so it's a movie about the Roger Ailes sexual harassment scandals, and I'm not making this up. Like, you got Nicole Kidman playing Gretchen Carlson, Margot Robbie playing I don't know who the hell. It's not somebody. And I'm not making this up. The blonde girl that I didn't recognize, that was Charlize Theron as Megyn Kelly. Okay, and like they made her unrecognizable. I'll give her that. I did not recognize fucking Charlize Theron until they mentioned her name. So yeah, that's fucking crazy. Playing with Fire. It's a John Cena. John Cena's doing the thing that all action stars do in their careers, which is make a kids movie. The Rock did with Tooth Fairy Game Plan. Vin Diesel did with what was that fucking wasn't how the pacifier? Fuck, like Dave Bautista's about to do one too. He's John Cena's a fireman who has to take care of a bunch of kids or something. I don't know, whatever. Last Christmas, the new Paul Feig movie, which is kind of like a tribute to the music of Paul George. It features heavily the music of Paul George. Did I say Paul George? Not Paul George. George Michael. Oh my God. Sorry about that to NBA fans. Jesus Christ. I need to go to bed. George Michael, and Paul Schwartz. I can't believe I said that. George Michael. It's Amelia Clark. It looks like your stereotypical, or Amelia Clark's this drunk elf, basically working at Christmas during Christmas. It looks fine. It looks like, I like Paul Feig's. It looks like, honestly, it's one of his better trailers. Usually all his comedies have shitty trailers in it. This actually looked pretty charming. Western Stars, the documentary about Bruce Springsteen's career, where he's doing a retrospective of his career. It's coinciding with the release of his new album. I'm on board for that. I like Bruce Springsteen. I grew up on Bruce Springsteen, so yeah, it was cool watching old footage of him. He's 70 years old now. Happy birthday, Bruce, man. Dark Waters, this was a new trailer I haven't gotten before. It's one of those, well, this is definitely Oscar season. It's Mark Ruffalo basically playing the male version of Aaron Brockovich. That's basically the best way to describe this. He's like this lawyer for this company that, has nuclear plants and stuff like that, and the city that is right next to it has contaminated water that's killing like this guy's cows. He's like buried like 287 cows or something like that. He has like a bunch of holes dug. It's fucking crazy. It looks really good. Mark Ruffalo works for this company that's causing all this, and then he's wanting to take on this case of this town and to go against the company he works for. It definitely looks like an Oscar bait movie, but it looks good. I like Mark Ruffalo. And then another Oscar bait movie, Harriet, about Harriet Tubman. I mean, again, very Oscar baity. Like I said, you can tell this is Oscar season, man. And movies like this coming out, so yeah, that's as far as trailers go. I got one more review to do, and until then, I'll talk to you guys later.